So again, no, there was falsification and dishonesty and grave misconduct committed by this president, Madam Chair. So, ayan, Madam Chair, if you notice, earlier I asked Dr. Gamboa about names. Who are these people? Cesar Gomez, Roland Rojas, Dr. Padua. And he said that they are faculty members of the CTU. And that's Rojas, no? Yeah. And si Ray Rojas, no? And you will notice, Madam Chair, that the logo, the performance evaluation for faculty on instruction does not bear this is the blank copy, does not bear the logo of CTU. No? So, klaro-klaro, Madam Chair, na merong manipulation dito sa form. No? And if I will show you, look at this, no? I will show you now the copy of the form ng Cebu Technological University naman, which has a logo on its evaluation form from the face of the form.
And Chair, I'm calling it the Honorable Congressman Chair, because actually this is an instrument we're in. It's an official instrument, so we really have to see it because it has to bear the logo of the school or the university. So any irregularities is already falsification. But we will be still asking and seeking evidences about this.
Yes, I will submit to the committee secretary, Madam Chair, all these annexes and all these documents. Yes, ito yung official. No, hindi pala ito kasi ano to eh. Oh, yes. The blank evaluation form sa Surigao State College of Technology does not bear the logo of the SSCT. So obviously, ang nag-evaluate sa kanya ay mga peers lang niya na taga Cebu at inilagay niya doon sa format ng SSCT. No, that's why earlier I asked, kilala mo ba si Mr. Cesar Gomez, si Robert Padua at saka si Ray Rojas? And he readily said, yes, I know them. They are my peers in Cebu NCTU. Okay. Now, this is now the official form of the Cebu Technological University. Palakihan mo nga, ano? Si Babaw. So, medyo merong malaking question mark dito, Madam Chair, no? As to the integrity of this evaluation. And that only proves that there was dishonesty in this particular attempt, no, to fool and confuse perhaps the evaluators, or probably machinated or manipulated yung results ng evaluation. Kasi nga kasama niya dun sa CTU eh. So again, so Madam Chair, I will submit to you all these documents and to the committee secretary so that we can have that on record. And on another annex, I will show you the evaluation sheets purportedly done by the students and peers of Dr. Gamboa. So this is on Annex E. Ito, Annex E. Oo, kasi kasama yung hindi ito cash advance ito. Annex E. Ito yung manipulated, no? Oh, yun na nga. Kaya pala with flying colors. Kasi if you notice kanina, I showed you the blank, no? It only has this form with no logo, no? But in this case, they put the logo in this evaluation form, making it appear that this is a valid document.
May I ask the Ched if you see the document? Have you seen the document, attorney? Are you familiar with the document? Ched, may I request a Ched? Are you familiar with this kind of instrument?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Actually, ma'am, the document, yung mga ganyang class document, ma'am, was all part po ng nasa governing board kasi. Yung CHED kasi po hindi po nakikialam sa vetting po ng appointments ng professors, at the same time yung president po ng state colleges and universities po.
So it is clearly that it's in all internal rules,
Yes, po,
if ever. So if there's a package for a person to get appointed or be endorsed or be vetted, it is within the university or the peers.
yes po, before nasa governing board po yung custody po ng lahat ng documents po. Kasi sila po yung nag-appoint. Approval po nila yung final confirmation po ng appointment ng faculties and the president po. The president po of the state college and university. Although the chairman of the commission also sits as the chair of the state colleges and university. Kumbaga, isa lang po siya doon sa mga bumoboto for the confirmation of the appointment.
Okay, so it's clearly that it is within CHED, it is within attorney.
Sa governing board po.
All right, so we could see other things.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. May I ask the CHED, no? You supervise all SUCs, correct?
Yes po,
Wala ba-
Mr. Chair.
Is there no guideline that the CHED has issued with respect to that? Kasi
Actually,
each university can have their own form, obviously, di ba? And the forms are actually in the discretion of the board, and CHED has no say in the evaluation form. But there must be some sort of a guideline that you issued with respect to evaluating candidates.
yes, Honorable Chair. Yes po, Honorable Congressman. Meron po, actually yung CM07 series of 2022, yun po yung guidelines, standards po on how to select president po of state universities and colleges. Nandun po lahat yung requirements and qualifications, nakaset po lahat doon yung standards kung sino po yung pwede maging candidate. At saka nandun din po yung procedures, rules, kung paano po sila sineselect hanggang sa ma-appoint po sila. At
Okay.
ma-confirm po ng governing board po ng SUC.
Okay, thank you, Ched, for that clarification. So, Madam Chair, no, I will submit all the to the committee copies of these evaluations with names of the purported evaluators. Kasi nga, highly questionable yung mga nag-evaluate eh. Aside from the highly questionable pa rin, yung forms that they used. Kasi if they made it appear that the evaluators are from this university and has evaluated the president with flying colors, there's some semblance of a questionable result in this. Because if you will ask the professors, the faculty, the students in this university, I will more or less say that he will not get the same result in the evaluation, because these are the very same people that approach this representation and question the integrity of the president. In fact, they were saying dishonest nga, because obviously with all these forms that I am showing, it only proves that there was a grave dishonesty doon sa ginawa niya. And official documents supposed to be coming from these universities were falsified, and to make it appear that the candidate is qualified. So yung palang medyo ano na yon, Madam Chair, no? But the bigger question is how these documents pass the scrutiny of the reviewing body in CTU as well as the Board of Trustees of the SSCT. Ito is still a mystery to me, because I haven't seen anything that would say and tell me that he is a qualified president of this university. So that was on the issue of falsification, dishonesty, and grave misconduct, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair, with the indulgence of the honorable.
Yes, Congressman Acop, you're recognized.
May I know why the head of CHED is not around? Because he sits as the chairman of the board, and so far as SNSU is concerned.
Good afternoon po, Honorable Congressman Ako. The chairman right po, Chair Prospero de Vera, has a chairman designate po sa Surigao del Norte State College and Technology po, in the person of Commissioner Darilag. Unfortunately,
So,
unfortunately po, Commissioner Darilag, Aldrin Darilag po, has an official business po, travel po, sa date po na to.
So could you guarantee to this committee that she will be present in the next hearing simply because we cannot ask questions on the protocols insofar as the vetting of the various candidates for presidency of SNSU is concerned?
With
Hindi namin
the,
matatanong dahil wala siya eh.
yes, po, with indulgence po of the committee, we will see to it po that next scheduled hearing po ay attend po si Com Darilag.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to ask the President, Dr. Gamboa, some clarificatory questions kasi nalilito na ako eh. Nalilito na po ako dun sa kwan eh, sa issue. Number one, yung po bang ipinakita ni Honorable Barbers ng mga dokumento, it was the document that supported you to become the Surigao del Norte College of Technology presidency?
No, Madam Chair.
Ano yung mga dokumento na yun? Para saan?
That was during, that document is being used during the processing of ranking Honorable Chair between associate professor to professor, not on the document as for presidency.
So you're stating it now na yung mga dokumento na yun, which you claim that are also in your possession, sinabi mo kanina eh, na pwede mong isubmit dito sa committee a while ago, di po ba?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Yung mga dokumento na yun ay to support your promotion from associate professor to full-time professor. Tama po ba yung aking pagkaintindi?
Yes, Honorable Chair, the documents that were shown are on the students. So it is on my position, student evaluation.
Be that as it may, Dr. Gamboa, hindi po ba kung mapatunayan na mali rin yung mga dokumento na yon, hindi po ba may violation din po kayo ng batas?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Yes. So you agree with me that if these documents are found to be spurious, you are liable under our criminal law.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Kong Ako. May I ask also something? On behalf of the congressman from Hybrid, they were asking, Dr. Gamboa, you are telling us today that the instrument presented by the Honorable Chair Ace Barbers is not part of the vetting. Is it right?
Fitting as for presidency, Madam Chair. No, it's not part.
What assistant professor for what? In where? In where? In what university?
Kindly repeat the question, Madam Chair.
Ang tanong ko po ay, yung pong dokumento na pinakita ng ating kaibigan, Honorable Chairman or Congressman Ace Barbers, is not a part of the vetting for your presidency?
Yes, hindi po part yun, Honorable Chair.
So where is it used?
It is being used during the reclassification, Honorable Chair.
On what state university?
In Surigao del Norte State College.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Now, Madam Chair, I have here the 26 ba to? 26 evaluation forms purportedly evaluated, filled up, and signed by student of the CTU when he was applying for from associate professor to becoming a professor. And what year did you become a professor, Dr. Gamboa?
I could not recall. I would like to see the record, Honorable Chair.
No. My question is, when did you become a professor? Diba? You were an associate professor, correct?
Yes.
And you were evaluated so that you can become a professor. Tama?
Yes.
Okay,
Honorable
what
Chair.
year was this? What year were you evaluated to become a professor?
I think that was. I could not ascertain, Honorable Chair. I have to see the record. Maybe 17 or 18, something like that, Honorable Chair.
So 2017 you became a professor.
I am not very sure on the date, Honorable
Ikaw
Chair.
naman, imposible hindi mo naman alam yun.
Do not
Do not tell a lie here in this committee. Kasi are you telling us that we will believe you in saying that you don't know when you became a professor? Lumaki ka rin ba sa farm? Oh, what year were you? What year did you become a professor, a full-fledged professor, from being an associate professor?
2016. Because 2017 something with no 2019. I think that is 2018.
So, okay,
Honorable Chair.
2018. But you were already a president of the SSCT, correct?
Yes.
So you're telling us that you already you have been appointed as the president of the SSCT kahit hindi ka pa nagiging full-fledged professor. Tama?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Okay. So again, no, I think Ched should also look into that. No? If indeed there is a requirement as to who is qualified and eligible to become a president of the the state college and universities. No, I guess we should look into this. Now, ito naman, I have a copy of evaluation sheets. No, if you recall earlier, I showed you names of students. Tama, no? And these students, Madam Chair, were actually the ones who purportedly evaluated him. Diba? And the reason why I asked earlier kung kailan siya naging professor, sinabi niya kasi ngayon 2017, diba? Sabi niya 2017 or 2018. So, since he is already the president of Surigao State College of Technology in 2017, 2016, no? And in 2017, I would assume that the students, the faculty of the SSCT would have been the one that evaluated him. Isn't that correct, Dr. Gamboa?
There was a provision on the NBC 461 for that effect, Honorable Chair. I could not spell out what is the content of it, but there was on the NBC 461 guidelines that you should be evaluated on the last teaching activity that you have undertaken.
Kong, may I ask? Yeah. What provision? Can you state the entire provision, that even just in one sentence?
It is in the NBC 461 guidelines, especially the IRR of that one, that a faculty, if it's not already serving as a faculty, the last evaluation will be used for that reclassification, Honorable Chair.
Okay, so you're already a faculty of?
So that's why I was evaluated by students of SCTU, because that is my last teaching job.
But you are, I got confused. You are already for
I was
Surigao.
already appointed as president. Actually, that was being undertaken for purposes of only for reclassification, but not having an appointment.
I guess with my colleagues here and on the colleagues from the hybrid, we will definitely call for the next hearing, the commissioner, is it right, to come on July 1 and with the board of the Surigao, if somebody could represent them, because it's so hard to, we are getting confused with all of your statements. We fully understand that you have internal rules, but with the papers that we've been seeing and being read, I think there's really a problem. But we really have to clarify things first. So to be fair with you, even though we've been seeing all of these documents already, we will still invite and make them appear, even the evaluators and the enumerators that sign the survey sheet for your end, for the evaluation. ComSec, may I direct the ComSec to invite all of those people who have signed the fictitious, for me, it's a fictitious instrument.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, wala pa tayo dun sa alleged malversation of the funds of the school. We're still discussing the dishonesty, the grave misconduct, and the falsification committed by this president. Now, sinabi niya kanina na he doesn't remember what year was he, did he become a full-fledged professor? Which to my mind, Madam Chair, Your Honors, is very impossible. Because imposible hindi mo matanda. Now, to add more salt in the wound, so to speak, no? I have here a copy of the evaluation sheets signed by several students. 26 students po ito. And it appears that in this evaluation form, these students were students of Cebu Technological University, CTU. When we check, Madam Chair, we asked whether these students were enrolled in the CTU. it came out, Madam Chair, that these students with these names and their signatures appearing in this evaluation form were not students of Cebu Technological University, but were all students of Surigao State College of Technology. And this evaluation form presumably was done in the year 2017 na hindi niya matandaan na siya ang naging presidente, kung kailan siya naging full-fledged professor. So obviously, Madam Chair, there was some sort of a falsification dito. Kasi itong mga names na itong nag-evaluate sa kanya are not students of CTU. Sabi niya kung saan siyang last nag-work, yun ang mag-evaluate sa kanya. He made it appear, Madam Chair, that these students that evaluated him were students of CTU. But in fact, these students, when we checked, were students of the Surigao State College of Technology. So again, no, there was falsification and dishonesty and grave misconduct committed by this president, Madam Chair. So,
May I request Congressman Ace to submit to the committee all of the documents that he found out so we could review thoroughly with our legal team?
yes, Madam Chair, I will provide the committee secretariat a copy of all these annexes that this office of this representation has compiled. So obviously, ito nga hong puro ito mga taga Surigao eh. So hindi nagtataka ako dito kung
Madam Chair, can I be recognized?
obvious na panlilin lang ito, Madam Chair. Sige.